Hi guys, my name is Vlad with Strategic Investments, and today we'll be doing the day in the life of a property manager when it comes to marketing, and we'll be showing you how to efficiently market it out and get it rented out as soon as possible. Alright, so first part of the day, every single day, is dealing with the ads. Now, we prefer to cheat a little bit. We like to keep our ads on top. So what do I mean by that? A lot of our ads are listed on Kijiji for rentals, and Kijiji offers this little service where or feature I guess, where you pay extra and it bumps it up to the top every few days, or it even keeps it on top. Now we figure, why pay for that feature when we can take down the ad ourselves and put it back up? That's the first little hack for you. That way it always stays on top. We see a lot of ads that are up for 16 days and they're on page 50, where no one's really going to find you by that point, except really desperate renters. Next thing I want to talk about is, since we're talking about ads, taking quality photos and how to really write up the ad. So in terms of taking quality photos, we use a DSLR with a wide angle lens, but that's just because we're a property management company. So we really kind of invested in that because we take a lot of photos for a lot of units every single day. You don't have to do that. You don't have to waste your money on a DSLR or a wide angle lens. You can easily just use your smartphone, and I'll quickly show you how to do that. So I'm just really using a Huawei P20 Pro. So here I am recording my screen for the Huawei P20 Pro. I'm just going to open up the Panorama feature. Now, lots of phones have this. Most phones do, actually. Whether it's a Samsung Galaxy, iPhone has it, every phone has it. So if we really just, for example, if we try to take a panorama of this room, it's very close up, so you want to get as much of the room as possible. What I mean by that is move away back as much as possible, but since I'm in a pretty small room here, I'm just going to try to do a panorama here. So you click the button, you slowly move to the side. So in this case, I'm moving to the right. And we'll just quickly stop that. And if we open up, we can quickly see here. You can see a bit of distortion. That's because, once again, I just did a close-up of the wall. Again, if you move back and you're taking a picture of the whole kitchen or whatever, it'll take the picture of the whole kitchen with minimal distortion. So you want to take several photos just so you have a few options to choose from. This is especially important if you have a tenant currently living there that gave you notice and you don't want to burden them by asking them to come back just because you took some bad photos. So here, for example, I have two photos that I took, one with flash and one without the flash. So this first one was without the flash. You can see it's pretty even. I took it with a tripod, so there's no motion blur. And the second one was with flash. Here you can see the light is mostly centered around here, and then on the outer skirts of the image, you can see it gets a bit darker. So really, no matter how much you edit this, it'll be a little uneven in terms of lighting and color. So I'm going to choose this one and do a quick edit job of this one. So we use Photoshop, but you can really use any software you want. Both MacBooks have them built in. Windows computers have them built in as well. We've tried it with the Windows editing software, and it has pretty much the same features. So you definitely don't need to go waste money on any editing software. So this photo right here, we're gonna just turn up the brightness, just so people can see it better. We're gonna lighten up the shadows a bit, so all the darker areas, so it just doesn't have that strong contrast in between colors. And we're just going to turn down the yellows a bit. So I'm just going to go into yellows here, turn down, so that way it gives it a more natural look, because photos tend to, especially in low light areas, you're going to get more yellow type photos. And there you have it. There's the before and after, and you can see it looks much better. Lastly, I want to talk about the write-up of the ad. So when we write up the ad, we've noticed that short and sweet is always the best. People tend to have a pretty short attention span, and that's not a bad thing. Just list out the most important features of the ad. So I've noticed one of the top sellers in the Simcoe area, he does this method. He lists out the top 5 features of every property that he sells, and that really gets straight to the point of all the most important features. So you want to do the same thing with your rental ads. List out the best features of your ad and let the pictures do the rest of the talking. Alright, so ads are up, and next thing to do is to send out reminders. We're doing showings today for a lot of our properties. We kind of line them up back to back, line them up in such a way that makes it efficient in terms of driving. So we send out reminders to everyone. When people inquire, we let them know what time and day could work. We give them a few options. They say, I want this day. Okay, we record it in our calendar for that day, for that time slot, and then just list out all the emails so that when it comes to the showing day, we list out all the showing or all the emails in the BCC, so the blind carbon copy of the email. That way you can blast out emails to everyone viewing that property. So here, for example, it says, hello, just a friendly reminder of today's showing at 3 p.m. Here's the address, here's the units. Just confirm that you will be attending. Because the reason for that is because a lot of owners we see, they're sitting there waiting for an hour, waiting for the person to come, not sure if they're late or if they're just not attending. And typically we find that at least 25% of people will not show up without even saying anything. So this is a really important step, just so you don't waste your own time. Another good little tip is just to bulk your showings in as much as, well, maybe not as much as possible, but you don't want to overcrowd the unit, but have a few people come at the same time. That way, again, you're not wasting time, especially if the unit is far from where you live. So we quickly send that out, and we wait for them to confirm, and then, yeah, we go out to the showing. All right, so I got a showing in a few minutes, so I'm just gonna start heading out right now. Obviously, most importantly, don't forget your keys. And I just want to say it's really important you leave early so that you can get all the lights on, make sure everything looks clean and presentable. And yeah, don't go there last second. Alright, so we've just come back from our last showing, and the last step of the day is to send out another follow-up email to each person that you've shown to. And the reason for this is twofold. First of all, you can ask for honest opinions of the unit, because people in person will always be nice to you. They'll always say it's a nice unit, they're thinking of applying, whereas you don't really know what they're actually thinking. And this is important because there might be things you're overlooking in your units. There might be a small patch of mold you haven't seen somewhere, or something is just torn off on a countertop, or whatever the reason may be. And so this is a good way to really see what people are thinking. The second reason is that you can send them an application. This way, they're reminded of the fact that they have seen a unit, they might have liked it, and here's the application. They can email it back to you, filling it out in person or online. Okay, so those are the factors that we found are most important when trying to rent out a unit. We'll be going over a lot of these more in detail, such as taking quality photos, editing the photos, things like that. But the number one thing that you want to keep in mind is you want to keep your vacancy down. And to do that, you want to get people in to view the units. So the ad is the most important part, because that's what gets them in the first place. If you don't have people coming in, then no matter how impressive your unit is, you won't get it rented out. So that starts with photos and a quick quality write-up. So we're going to be producing a lot more videos with this kind of content, just covering all aspects of real estate investments, both rentals and whether it's residential or commercial. We're going to be doing all of it. So be sure to subscribe, be sure to comment below if you have any questions, any stories of your own, and be sure to like the video. Thank you for watching.